So SHTF has arrived, and it is the big one. Whether this is a short-term natural disaster like a tornado or an earthquake, or a long-term disaster like a solar flare or nuclear strike, there are some questions that should come to mind right away. Logical questions, which is hard for most people who are often too wrapped up in their feelings to think clearly. Hopefully you have thought about these things in advance, and so when the time comes, you can function logically and not be in full panic mode. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And this is in somewhat of an order. Number 1, am I intact? During an emergency, there's a chance you or whomever you are with may have been injured. Furthermore, there's a chance that during that situation, things may have happened so fast and you may have so much of an adrenaline rush that you don't even realize that you've been hurt. Or you may not notice that someone else has received an injury. If you find yourself in the heart of something that may have just gone down, a body check for yourself or whomever you're with may be in order. Number 2, what happened? In the middle of a crisis, it is important to figure out what happened, where it happened, and how long before it reaches you if it's not there already. Don't worry about why something happened. Odds are you'll never know the truth anyway. And dwelling on why wastes too much valuable time. Most people can't get out of their feelings long enough to get past that part and lose sight of what's important. And what's important is understanding what is happening, how it will affect you, and how long you have before it overtakes your position. Number 3, is it safe? If you find yourself in the middle of an SHTF situation, is it safe for you to be where you are? Are you suddenly in the middle of a hostile environment? Is the structural integrity of your home or workplace intact? Is your vehicle intact? It may be a good idea for you to stay put right where you are rather than run around. Remember from the first point, is the crisis not at your doorstep yet? You may be safer where you are than if you took off running. Number 4, should I stay put? Most people intend to bug in during a crisis. Everything they have and all of their preps are likely in or close to one location, most likely in their home. Few people have a bug-out location, and fewer still are willing to leave if they had to. Frankly, maintaining a bug-out location is just not in most people's budget. However, under most circumstances, bugging in is probably the best option, but you do need to weigh the situation to make sure that it's the right option for your current situation. There is no right or wrong answer between bugging in and bugging out. It comes down to what's the best option at the time. Number 5, should I escape? Is it a good idea for you to hunker down? Or, if it's not safe where you are, can you get away safely? Are you prepared for that? Do you have an escape plan for your home or workplace? Do you have access to bug-out bags, or at least a go bag? I hope you have one in your car as well as your home, and that you're fully prepared to abandon your home if it becomes necessary. A lot fewer people are ready to make that decision than you may think. Number 6, how much of what? If you decide that you need to escape on a more permanent basis, time is of the essence. So how much of what do you need to take with you? Do you have a plan in place for this? Do you know where everything is? You may be in a situation where it's crash and go time. People are pack rats, and it's going to be tempting to grab as much as you can, and in the process weigh yourself down so much that it's a hindrance to your survival. Number 7, who comes with me? This is a very important issue. Aside from what you planned for, there will be others who will want to latch on. All those people who called you crazy for prepping will suddenly turn up looking to be saved. Unfortunately, many of these people will be anchors, dragging you down for a variety of reasons, which could get you and your family killed. People from outside the loop are likely untrained in anything helpful and a drain on resources, and can be very argumentative or even attempt to usurp your authority. It sounds cruel, but you can't save everyone, and you probably shouldn't try. Number 8, are there any obstacles? If you need to leave, is there anything that might hold you back? During a major crisis, it's a good bet that the government will deploy roadblocks to deter people from leaving heavily populated areas. Government is all about control. Also, gangs of people may obstruct movement so that they can raid supplies from people that are on the road trying to get out. Another obstacle could be the weather. Are you prepared to be on the move in all seasons? Do you regularly update the contents of your bug-out supplies? And most important, have you formulated alternate routes of escape should things get that bad? Number 9. How long? In short, how long will it take for you to get where you intend to go should you decide to leave? However you decided to travel, you should have a rough idea of the amount of time it should take. And the best way to calculate that is to actually do it. Drive to your location from each driving route. And yes, walk to your location from each route. And that's where we separate the men from the boys, so to speak. When I've made the walking suggestion in the past, I've gotten many deer-in-headlight stares. Okay, so you may not have the time and therefore not be able to do it in one shot, but have you practiced walking the equivalent of that distance in, say, 10 to 20 mile increments daily until you would have reached your destination to even see if you're capable of it? You should try. And number 10, what if I'm compromised? Something I've brought up before. Okay, so you did have to leave, and you arrive at your bug-out location, and it's already occupied. Now what? Have you thought of this possibility? Do you have an alternate location or plan of action? Few people would know what to do, and fewer still would have the stomach to take aggressive action to reclaim their property, no matter how much they've boasted in the past about how ruthless they could be. This is something you need to think about well in advance. And you just knew I had one more for you, didn't you? Call it number 11 if you will. Can you say no? Tying in with number 7 on the list, do you have what it takes to turn people away if you decide to bug in? Once again, this may sound pretty cruel to some people, but I will remind you that logically speaking, there's only so much you can or should do before you're in the position of compromising the health, safety, and security of yourself and your loved ones. So I hope you found this video interesting. If you have any further points pertaining to the video, please feel free to post them in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up. Easiest way to show your appreciation. Share it if you can and subscribe if you are new. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you can be alerted when new content comes out, and check out some of the other videos if you get the chance. If you would like to help the channel out, there are links for that down below. Every little bit helps and I sure do appreciate it. I can also be found on another channel called Coffee Talk. Check it out if you get the chance. There's a link for that down below as well. So all that being said, as always, stay frosty folks, and thanks for watching.